Welcome back my dear students of third prep في حلقة جديدة من حلقات الساينس تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. احنا اتكلمنا في الحلقة اللي فاتت على الميررز وأنواع الميررز سواء concave or convex mirror، وبدأنا نتكلم بالتفصيل in details on the concave mirror and we started to draw cases of the mirror especially اللي هي concave mirror, and we did together the first case which is in the body greater than the center of curvature, and I asked you to practice on the cases to see how can you draw it together. Let's go now and practice another position of the object ونشوف الإيمج هتطلع لنا ازاي. Let's go together. Let's see now how can we draw second or choose together position تاني للobject and then we are going to start to make the image of it. Let's see مثلا ان احنا هناخد الimage between the C and F. نجرب كده مع بعض between the C and F. زي ما اتفقنا at the beginning you have to put your وضبنا الدروينج بتاعنا 6 سنتيمتر length وظبطنا كل حاجة and then we start to make the object here between the C and F. This is the object. Then first نظبط الرولر and start with the first ray parallel to the principal axis. As I said before, you have to reach the reflecting surface. And before you remove your pen, put the arrow and write object. ليه؟ عشان I can recognize between the object and the image. هما الاثنين like each other فأعرف الفرق بينهم. Then this is the first ray. How it reflects? It reflects parallel to the principal. So it reflects passing by the focus. Let's change the color عشان نعرف الفرق ما بين reflecting and the incident rays. This is parallel, incident parallel, so the reflecting is passing by the focus. And then as we agree together احنا هنحط الارو. Then ده أول ray. The second ray here passing by the focus. Let's go and see how it's passing by the focus. هنعمل برضو ray passing by the focus and reaching the surface. Put the arrow and then make the reflection from the point of the touch. ده هي دي البوينت اللي احنا بنغلط فيها. Why? إن إحنا بنجيب reflection from any point. No, you have to take the reflection from the point of incidence. البوينت اللي وصلت لرeflecting surface أظبط الرولر بحيث تبقى parallel at the same time تكون جاية من reflecting surface. Then I'm going to put my reflecting ray و make sure إن هي واصلة للآخر. Then remove the ruler and then put your arrow. طيب اتفقنا ان احنا بنرسم الايمج فين؟ Look to the point of extension here. Those are the reflecting light ray. ابص البوينت of intersection here. Then I'm going to put the arrow, the tip of the arrow اهي الارو بتاعي. Then I start to draw the object. ادي الاوبجكت بتاعي. From the tip adjust your ruler. طبعا كل حاجة بالبنسل والرولر. Don't use your hand. Without ruler مش هتطلع مظبوطة. Here, this is my image. Then I'm going to write image. This is my image. Okay? So here, can you see the image? Can you know now where the position? أنا ما بحفظش. البوزيشن جاي لي فين؟ Between here this is my position. So the position where? The position is after the C. يعني the position here after the C. Going to make it like that. Okay. After the center of curvature. So if I see my image here after the certain center of curvature, can I explain or can I see the properties؟ البروبرتيز دي أول حاجة I can see it inverted مقلوبة. If it is inverted, it's what? It's a real image. And finally, can you recognize the diameter بتاعها حجم الإيمج قد إيه؟ It's bigger, magnified than the real image, than the real object. So it's very easy. Let's go نجرب كمان واحدة. يلا together. Here I said if I put the object which is the case اللي هي شوية غريبة. If I put the object on the focus. تعالوا كده نحط الأوبجكت على الفوكس. Here the object on the focus. Then I start to make the two rays. The first ray parallel to the principal axis, like that. It reflects how? Passing by the focus from the same point. Okay, from the same point. You have to reach the surface. لو أنا ما وصلتش السيرفيس wrong, completely wrong. Then this is the arrow. طب what about the second ray? I will choose the ray that passing by center of curvature which is reflecting on itself. تعالوا نشوف ازاي. ادي الراي التاني هجيبه من نفس البوينت here واظبط ايدي كويس جدا passing by the center of curvature كده and it will reflect on itself كده. This is the ray passing by the center of curvature reaching the surface. Look to this ray. هو اهو incident and it will reflect. الرeflection بعمله العكس. It reflects on itself. Can you see here that those rays هيتقابلوا؟ Never. To the infinity they are parallel from the two sides. So in this case you are going to see no image is formed. عرفنا بقى هنا no image is formed when the body putting on the focus because the parallel rays are not intersect together. مش هيتقابلوا خالص مع بعض. Now اتدربنا على two cases. I hope that ان انتوا تقدروا تتدربوا مع بعض كويس جدا and we are going to know a result together. Now we are going to start to move to the second type of the mirror which is very easy اللي هي الconvex mirror, the second one. As we said before أعرف أفرق ما بين الconvex والconcave ازاي؟ الconvex mirror with the outer reflecting surface. طيب الميرور دي بنشوفها فين؟ in our daily life بنشوفها أبسط واحدة خالص اللي هي السايد mirror of your cars. السايد ميرورز في العربيات بتاعتنا كلها it's convex mirror وهنشوف بنستعملها ازاي. At the beginning let's go and see the formation of image in the convex mirror. الconvex mirror has inner ولا outer reflecting surface؟ لها outer فبالتالي برسمها outer reflecting surface باين كويس. Look here to the image in front of you. Here in this case هي ما فيش غير كيس واحدة. Only one case. If we put the body in any position في أي حتة البادي هيتحط الإيمج will be behind the mirror. يعني إيه what's meant by behind؟ behind يعني ورا الميرور. طب أنا أقدر I can see any images behind the mirror؟ هرجع من ورا الميرور وأشوفها؟ No of course not. So here لما أنا الإيمج هتتكون لي behind the mirror as we see together here that the image is behind the mirror so مش هشوفها بس لها certain properties. ايه هي البروبرتيز بتاعتها؟ هلاقي whatever I put the object the image will be number one virtual. طب انا قلت ليه virtual؟ لانها behind the mirror cannot be seen so actually it's virtual. طب لو هي virtual يبقى ايه؟ يبقى upright. virtual upright. طب look to the size of the image it's minimized very small than the real object. عشان كده let's go and see how can we use الميرورز ديت بنستخدمها في ايه. uses of the concave mirrors والconvex mirror الاثنين هنشوف بقى كل الكونكيف والconvex use it in our daily life هلاقيها عندنا في البيت كلنا. first الكونكيف ميرور موجوده في التوشز، في البوكيت توش. You know the pocket torch, the torch that you use it to بنعمل بيه لايتنينج في الدارك بليسز. Why? Because شكلها وهي جوه inside the light part بتعمل ريفلكشن لللايت، سو بتزود الإضاءة. I can see the light well, the dark areas very well. يبقى أول حاجة in the pocket torches. Number 2 in front of the light cars. كل الفرونت لايت كارز الفوانيس بتاعت العربية من جواها فيها concave mirror عشان بتconverge the light ray، so بتقوي الإضاءة تبقى أقوى و I can see the road when I'm moving very well. طيب another use in shaving or makeup both to get an enlarged an erect image. أما عاوز أشوف وشي كويس جدا I will use the concave mirror so it magnified my image so I can see my face very good. Again في إيه تاني؟ In the solar ovens. You know the solar ovens? Solar ovens اللي هي السخانات الشمسية that we use it by the aid of the sun. الsun بتجمع بتcollect the rays, then after that we can use it in heating, in cooking, in bathing and so on. في السولار ovens. You have to memorize all these uses by the way. By dentist كلنا ما نروح للدنتست، الدنتست بيuse a mirror to see the inner parts of your mouth. يبقى it's a concave mirror. Also in the telescopes. You know the telescopes. وفي ناس بتتلخبط confuse between telescopes and microscopes. Telescopes that we use it to magnify the solar or celestial bodies. What's meant by celestial bodies? All the bodies which are in the space اللي هي stars, the planets and so on. So it can be nearly, we can see it near and magnified عشان هي very small object. So if we use the telescopes, so to monitor the space, what's meant by monitor? بنفرج, observe the space and also enlarge the very small images for the solar or celestial bodies. طيب what are the uses of the برضو concave تاني؟ Here in the airports والaircrafts في المطارات we can see that on landing لما البلينز بتعمل landing so في dark time so they use the concave mirror عشان تعمل ايه؟ to reflect the light فبتزود الإضاءة like بالظبط زي الفوانيس ولا الكار lights. Also in the marine lighthouses. What's meant by the marine lighthouses? الفنار. In the sea we have marine lighthouses that make برضو reflect the light so we can see the dark areas very well. Here the uses all that we covered are the uses of the concave mirror. Don't be confused between them. Here بقى what are the uses of the convex اللي احنا بنتكلم عليها النهارده that بتعمل ايه؟ بتconverge ولا بتdiverge؟ بتconverge the light rays. الconvex mirror بتform and بتuse فين؟ في الكار in front اللي هي two side mirrors of the car المرايات الجانبية. Why? If I want to drive safely مش هفضل أبص كل شوية قدام وورا فأنا I can use the side mirrors بتديني إيه؟ بتديني minimized image to all the road behind me فبشوف كل الراد minimized صغنن so أقدر أفادي الcars and go without any accident. So it is used in the side mirrors of the car. Also in the car parks في كل الباركس اللي هي بتاعت الجراج we can see the mirrors. Why? So الcars if entrance or exit من الcar park so there is no accident. To monitor the car's movement at the park to avoid the accident. And also we can see those convex mirror also فين؟ في metro stations and to avoid the passengers injury and operating or closing the metro doors. If the metro be closed we open automatically. So if somebody من passengers داخل ولا طالع so they can see it في الميررز اللي موجودة عندنا. طيب now بعد ما جمعنا الكونكيف and the convex mirror let's move to a very important comparison عندنا مهمة جدا, which is between the focus of the concave and the focus of the convex mirror. عندنا الفوكس احنا قلنا point of collection of the reflected light rays. طيب في difference between the focus of the concave and the focus of the convex? Actually yes. تعالوا كده نبص. أنا الفوكس بتاعت الكونكيف ميرور قلنا اغلب الايمجز اللي موجوده في الكونكيف ميرور بتبقى ريل. اوكي سو الفوكس اوف ذا كونكيف ميرور از ا ريل فوكس, فعلا فوكس حقيقيه لان بتعمل انترسكشن وبتبان. وايل ذا فوكس اوف ذا كونفكس ميرور اتس فيرتشوال, مش موجوده. دي اول بوينت اوف كومباريزن. يبقى الفوكس هير ان ذا كونكيف ريل, ان ذا كونفكس از فيرتشوال. طيب الفوكس في الكونكيف ميرور is the point of collection of a of reflected light rays. reflected light rays as we saw when we draw بتتجمع في point called focus. So here في حالة الكونكيف it's a point of collection of the reflected light rays. طب في الكونفكس it's a point of collection also but of the extension of the reflected light ray. يعني ايه كلمة extension؟ يعني الامتداد بتاع الري ما بيتجمع مع بعض بيعمل لي فوكس بس مش ريل, فيرتشوال, مش موجودة. So I can say that it's a point of collection of the extension of the reflected light rays. طيب last point here, the location. الفوكس دي موجودة فين؟ In the case of the concave mirror the focus is found in front of the mirror, قدام الميرور, قدام ال reflecting surface of the mirror. While in the case of the convex mirror the focus is behind the mirror, behind the mirror. It's very important comparison, you have to memorize well and very easy. Mirror drawing you can know the الفوكس موجودة فين in two types. Another comparison which is very important comparison between the real image and the virtual image. I know إن إحنا دلوقتي all of you now you know the comparison very well. أول comparison, the first one of those comparison between the real image and the virtual image, I said that the real image what can be received on a screen. أقدر أput a screen like what? White paper, transparent paper. I can get the image on this screen. While in the virtual image we cannot receive it on the screen. مهما حطيت paper I can't receive it on the screen. دي number one. Number two, a real image formed due to a intersection. أنا as we drew before I said بنحط الإيمج فين؟ من intersection of the two reflected rays. بدور على two reflected rays أشوف ال point of intersection قبل وبعد فين and then I'm going to draw the image. So يبقى ال real image found where as a result or formed as a result of the intersection between the reflected light rays, while the virtual image formed due to برضو intersection but what of the extension of the reflected light ray. The third point here that the real image أنا بشوفها so it's formed where in front of the mirror. طالما أنا I can see it so it's found in front of the mirror. طب يبقى ال virtual where? Behind the mirror because I can't see it. So the virtual image is formed behind the mirror. طيب اتفقنا اتفاق أول ما ببص على الإيمج if I see the image A I will write real. If the image is inverted يبقى it's real. طب if the image is erect or upright so the image is virtual. يبقى here it's very very important point that you know how can you differentiate or compare between the real and virtual image. It's a very important question for the exam, always come in the exam. From what I can memorize it from تخيل الدrawing قدامك. So if you observe your drawing you can know how can you describe the real and the virtual image very easy. Now we're going to repeat it again. Which one? I'm going to ask you a question. The image, right scientific term, the image that can be received on a screen. يبقى which one? Real image. طيب the image that formed due to intersection of the extension of the reflected light rays. Very easy. أول ما تشوف كلمة extension على طول الإكستنشن ده ما بيحصلش غير في حالة ال virtual image. So the image is here. The answer is virtual image. Another question. The image that is formed behind the mirror. يبقى إيه على طول؟ Virtual image. The image that formed in front of the mirror. يبقى real image. يعني ال comparison, this comparison, it's not only to write it as a comparison. Here there are many type of question you can conclude it from this comparison, either complete or scientific term or whatever, but you have to memorize it very well. After we make a comparison between real and virtual image, let's draw next case أو case تانية عشان نشوف شكل ال virtual image, how can we see it. Here in this case we are going to put the body between the focus and the pole. Here I'm going to put the image between the focus and the pole. This is the object between the focus and the pole. Then I start to make the first ray. احنا هنا بنعمل دي ليه؟ عشان this is the only case اللي هنشوف فيها ال virtual image واضحة بالنسبة لنا. Here the first ray parallel to the axis and put the ray. Then it will reflect how passing by the focus, passing by the focus here, but you have to start it from the reflecting surface. And then في الكيس دي the only case that the next case استخدمنا قبل كده في كيس تانية that we use passing by the center of curvature, and this is the second case هنستخدم برضو passing by the center of curvature which reflect on itself from the same point. هاجي كده passing by the center of curvature from the body, passing by the center of curvature ووصله لغاية the reflecting surface of the mirror. Then I'm going to put the ray, الري الأولاني اللي هو نازل على reflecting surface and it will reflect on itself. طب what happens now? Here هيتقابلوا ازاي؟ They are extinct، يعني ده بقى ال extinction that I said before. Extension and they made together here behind the mirror. Let's see how. أفضل أعمل extension ل two reflecting ray. This is the first reflecting ray, ال black one. هعمل له extension with the black color عشان يبان ال extension ده. The extension I'm going to put it as a dots. أفضل أطول الدوتس بتاعتي. And here the extension of the second reflecting ray which is reflect on itself like that. So where they are they meeting together here. This is the point of intersection together. From this point I'm going to make the head of the arrow here. Then I'm going to draw my object. And I said before the object should be هيقف على ال principal axis. هعمل extension كده لل principal axis بتاعي اهو. Then I can see the image here. شايفين الإيمج here شكلها ايه؟ Look here to the image. الإيمج here is behind the mirror. Behind the mirror. And I said here the extension. Behind the mirror. ورا الميرور. And what? Upright. وطالما upright يبقى ايه؟ يبقى virtual. So here it's virtual. Upright يعني معدولة. And what? Behind the mirror. Let's fix it together. This is the tip here. So this shape is virtual. Why? Because it's formed behind the mirror and it's upright. And what about its size? Its size is bigger than the size of the image. Here أنا جبت الكيس دي actually to know what is the difference between the real and the virtual image. The virtual image it has to be behind the mirror وشايفينها كده احنا مش بنشوفها because it's formed behind the mirror. Now let's sum up what we took today in this episode. In this part we spoke about the types of mirror, either concave or convex mirror. We revised the concave mirror and اتكلمنا على convex mirror starting from إنها عندها outer reflecting surface, and we called the convex mirror diverging mirror. Why we called it diverging? Because it separate or diverge the parallel light rays that falls on it. وكلمت وقلت in a very important question, you have to know it well. And we know that the light rays that falls on the convex mirror is scattered, not collected. And we know that the focus of the convex mirror, we call it virtual focus because it's formed behind the mirror. And also we spoke about the different uses of both concave and convex mirror وعرفنا بنستعملهم في ايه في حياتنا. And also we make the comparison between the real focus and the virtual focus وعرفنا انها طالما real يبقى in front, virtual يعني يبقى behind, and طالما real يبقى formed due to the intersection of the reflected ray. If it is virtual يبقى due to the collection of the extinction of the reflected rays. So I hope that you enjoy our lesson of today. Practice well and draw all the cases together مع بعض, and then next episode we are going to continue together. Thank you and goodbye.